Hey, everybody, welcome to our tips and tools call. Appreciate everybody being on. I am recording. And Bunny, that's such a great picture of you. Your avatar looks just great. Nice to have you on live there for a few minutes and nice to see your avatar. So I'm kind of excited for this call because our timing could not be better than it is right now for really talking about inviting people into our be partners with us. So I'm going to get right into it. I have something to share with you. Where is the share button? There we go. Share screen. Well, that's it. Oh, there it goes. That's interesting. It's not working, but it is. Hold on. We got it. Let's see. And let me. All right. Can everybody see that? Are we good? All right. So we are talking about inviting and why invite others to your team specifically. Then we're going to talk about a little bit why it's so important right now. What timing right now is truly amazing for inviting people onto your team. For those of you that are not aware of the U and Two Build a Crew, a lot of that information is on boards. We'll go over it minorly because I just really want to focus on inviting. So let's just talk about why, because the why is really your foundation for everything that you do. So number one, we do have a mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And how many of you feel pretty good about that mission, feel like you're aligned with the mission? And what is it that happens when we do help people join and become partners? It helps with health, finances, and time. And what I mean by finances, it can make your finances grow and it can help your time be more flexible. And I don't know about all of you, but I love being part of a community that's focused on health. So it's more than just me alone. It's a beautiful way to build an additional stream of income. You know, I talked to my chiropractor today and she's young and she is just, she said, I'm a grinder. I feel like I see the future and I don't want to be working every single day for the rest of my life. And she's very excited about taking a look at what we have to offer because she loves it science-based and she loves the idea that she will be building a kind of a more of a residual income for her future. So you can advance through our compensation plan. In other words, we have steps to help you get through our compensation plan that are clear, simple, maybe not simple, but not that hard. And it's a way to create time flexibility. And remember when I said a community focused on health, we are a positive community. And I know being around people that keep me reminded about being in appreciation, being in joy, being in gratitude is really important for me. So here's the thing, why invite others right now to join? Number one, it's only $10 to join. So what do you got to lose? And I want to say that normally I don't invite people on my team just to join so that they can get $10, become a partner for $10, because if they're a partner, it's harder for me to take care of them as a customer because they don't show up in my customer lineup. However, if they're ever going to possibly build a business, if they're ever going to share this with anybody, or if they're interested in combining the Tower Garden with Juice Plus orders right now, there's a huge benefit for them in terms of the Tower Garden division that's coming up August 1st. So for example, if somebody completes their Partner Plus now, they're going to earn at least $90 on their products, meaning if they get 900 points of all Juice Plus, they're going to get $90 in sales profit. But if they do a Tower Garden plus a quad to get to their 90 points, instead of $90, they're going to earn a minimum of $197. They're going to get a $100 bonus from the company as a thank you. So that's $297. And they're going to get $100 worth of free product. I don't know if you've thought about that, but that's $397 back in their pocket for only $10. And I just think it's the timing right now is amazing. And it also is going to allow them to be able to start as a Tower Garden affiliate at the 25% commission if they buy a Tower Garden and become a partner now before July 15th. I'm just going to stop there and see if anybody has any questions. And if so, you have to unmute yourself and ask. Okay, so we're good?
I have a question.
Okay, so Nancy, you go for it first, and I think the other's Barry.
Okay, my question is, if someone, what if they buy a Tower Garden and then become a partner?
If it's in the calendar month of July, it's fine. If it's the following month, it's not going to count towards them as a customer having bought a Tower Garden because they weren't a partner. In other
Okay,
words, if they're going to become an affiliate with the Tower Garden department, they have to, as a partner, have purchased a Tower Garden by July 15th.
okay, thank you.
Barry, what's your question?
What's the timing, not regarding Tower Garden? How long does the $10 last?
Through the end of August.
August, perfect, thank you.
And they're still gonna, if they become a partner plus during this time, with this $10 off, and they become a partner plus, they're gonna still get the $100 worth of free product.
Yeah, perfect. Thank
Great. All right, so, oh, good, now this is not advancing. Let's see. There we go. Tell me if did that advance for everybody? Great. So a couple things to have in place when you're thinking about inviting onto your team. Number one, and probably most important, is your mindset. So have an eager attitude of expectation. Okay, an attitude of eager expectation. That doesn't mean that you're having an expectation and you've visualized your person becoming a partner plus, but the attitude of excited possibility is what I'm talking about. So number one, mindset, know you'll meet the right people at the right time. How many know what that means and what that feels like? And if you don't know what that feels like, I want you to be thinking about what does it feel like to have the right person at the right time in your circle of influence and be talking to them. What does that actually feel like in your body? Be able to offer possible solutions. And I know that all of you have this confidence in our products, but some of you may not have confidence in our business opportunity. And if you don't have confidence in our business opportunity, I suggest that you talk to sideline buddies, your upline buddies, and start talking about why they love their business, what's in it for them, so that you can start adjusting your attitude for the possibility of what that's like. Yeah, Heidi.
Can I offer another suggestion as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would also go and listen to NMD speeches. If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what else will.
That is such a great idea. And we have them on our boards. I think it's under personal growth and quotes. I'm pretty sure that's where, and there's a ton of NMD speeches. And that is a brilliant idea, Heidi. Thank you. And then all of you have probably heard this before, and this is probably the hardest thing that we have to do is be unattached to the outcome, because we want new partners. And when we don't get them, if our expectation is to have a new partner and we don't get that partner, it feels like we've failed. So rather than having an attachment to the outcome, my suggestion is have an attachment to the number of people that you will be speaking to, and have an attachment to having a good mindset, and have an attachment to imagining the kinds of conversations that you're going to be having with people. So that's what I would be attached to. Any comments there? Anybody have anything to say? Okay. So how do you have more meaningful conversations? Number one, if you've never read Ditch the Pitch, I would really highly suggest that you do, because it really gets you out of pitching and it gets you into having a conversation. So number one, focus the conversation on them. Find out what it is that they need, what they want. There's different acronyms for that. There's one that's called, one that's called LORD. It's the one that I just recently heard. But FORM, that's the one I've always been familiar with. Know what's happening with their family. Know what's happening in their, what's the O stand for in FORM? I'm blanking. R is recreation. M is money. Occupation. Thank you, occupation. Thank you, Leslie. So there's things, if you can't think of to ask, think about what their family is like, who's going through what. Think about what their occupation is. Do they like it? Recreation. What kinds of things do they like to do? What are their hobbies? And the last one is M, which is money, meaning finances. Are they looking for a financial change in their life? So ask questions around those subjects and then simply sit back and listen and observe and work on not interrupting. That is the key thing, because if you stay quiet, they're much more likely to share something that you never expected, that you didn't even ask about, but it comes up. Say less to notice more. And then again, identify their needs, whether it's health, finances, time, because that's what you're going to come back and be able to ask about. And then weave your stories together in a way that meets their needs. So instead of telling your story all up front at one time, if you find out that, for example, they had picky eaters in their family and so do you, you can then say that's part of what attracted you to Juice Plus. That's part of your story. So be listening for commonalities in your story that matches their story. And then ways to continue the conversation. So somebody says, gosh, meals around here is just a pain in the neck. I can never think of what to make. And you get to say, it sounds like you're really frustrated with coming up meals in your family. Tell me more. So it sounds like. Another one I think that's really important is, I can imagine that may feel frustrating, or I can imagine that that's difficult, or I can imagine that's a challenge. And then this is always one of the best ones. I know how you feel. I felt that way before. This is what I found. This is all about the conversation. You're not inviting yet. You're finding out who they are, what they're about, and what their needs may be. Now, hopefully, if these are customers that you've had for a while, you know some of this already, right? And hopefully you've taken notes so you can go back and talk to those people. Gosh, I remember last time we spoke that Susie was hardly eating any fruits and vegetables. Now that you guys have been on Juice Plus for 4 or 5 months, what's happening? Oh my God, I didn't tell you, she's eating salads for the first time. She's asking for more fruits and vegetables. Another thing about making connections is, I thought of you because. The other one I like is, you were on my heart, because you said last time we spoke that you were really having difficulty. Your mom was just going into chemo. I thought of you, or you were on my mind, or you were on my heart. I'm just checking in with you. Okay, so this is a lot of the stuff that comes from good follow-up. And then when people say something that does create a commonality, is we have stuff like that going in our lives too. And something came along that changed everything for us. So that's also a really great way to introduce Juice Plus. When they say something that you have a commonality where Juice Plus can fit in, rather than having blabbed your story, if you're waiting to hear for the moment that there's the commonality, that's where you get to bring in a little bit of your story. So I'm going to just stop there and see if anybody has any questions. Okay. I am also, I can't find it now. Oh, there we go. Participants. I didn't, I thought there we go. I forgot to mute some people out, and I'm doing that right now. So if you're not muted, you can check and just check that out. Okay. So here are some solutions that are geared toward inviting into your business. And I'm going to be posting these slides on our boards under the What to Say section. So you're going to see this there later on. But solutions. I am loving what I'm doing with my partnership, my business, my organization, the wellness company I've partnered with. Sometimes you look at these phrases and say, gosh, I would never say it like this. And so you dismiss it totally. What I'm asking you to do is to look at these things and then use your heart and your brain. And these are suggestions, but you may use different words that mean something similar. Like, I probably would never say, I'm loving what I'm doing with my business. I would probably saying something like, I love what I get to do every day in my life, and I get to share health with people. That's probably what I would say. I probably wouldn't say in my business. Is there anybody else that might say that kind of differently?
Yes.
Heidi.
I'm so grateful that I found what I did 8 years ago.
Yeah, really simple. It's the same idea. I'm so grateful that I found, 8 years ago what I'm currently doing, right? However Heidi said it. But That's really the key, is to look at the sentence and see, I get what they're saying. I would never say it like that. Find out what your heart would say. But this company, this community, the Juice Plus world, the wellness company I work with has, I'm aligned with a company with longevity and stability. Or it could be said another way. For me, aligning myself with a really stable company that I know is going to be around for a long time was something that was important for me. I found it in this company. I mean, you can hear the difference, right? I get to share a universal message globally, or I get to talk to anybody in the world. I can actually bring this information to somebody in Italy. That just gets me so excited. I get to, if I travel to Australia, I could actually share this with somebody down under, right? So I am able to create meaningful income. Or the way that I often have said to people every night when I go to bed and I'm doing my gratitude, and I say, I am so grateful for every penny that I've earned that comes from helping people get healthy or helping people with their finances. I mean, that's how I say that. I've aligned, with the world leader in plant-based nutrition with real science. I probably might even say, I've aligned with this amazing company with plant powders or with functional food. But take a look at these. And I was just telling Heidi in a little coaching session, the one thing that Heidi has done well is she takes what she learns and she puts it to practice. So she starts she'll pick out a few words, a few sentences. I don't know, what is your technique, Chelsea? That was funny. What is your technique, Heidi, for making sure you practice what you hear and learn?
Well, every day I work my business with my power hour. And so because I am intentional about working my business every day, it's then easy when I have learned something that you've shared with me and coached me on, then it's easy to then put it into practice. I know for myself that if I don't apply it right away, it gets lost.
Yeah.
So I have to.
So what I'm also hearing you say is one of the reasons that you can apply it immediately is that you are texting or writing or talking to someone every day where you could think back on something you heard an hour or two ago, the day before. And finally, I'm able to fulfill a mission that changes the world. Wow. How powerful is that? I have a mission that changes the world, and I found a company that's helping me do that. Does that sound like something you'd like to know more about? I think that's really powerful. I've aligned myself with a company that's allowed me to fulfill a mission that changes the world. I don't know if that sounds good to you, but I thought of you. You seem like a changer, a game changer, somebody who's interested in making the world a better place. Would you like to know more about what I do? Okay, let's see.
Nikki, I have a suggestion for everybody. Because everyone agree that they wish that they had written that down and maybe not got what Nikki just said word for word. I just want to encourage you when you go back and rewatch this, because that's another thing that anchors it in, is to take a look at the transcribe underneath the video on YouTube. Because then you can take a snapshot of that and then write it down, and then that will anchor in even more.
Wow, that's a great idea. So some of the verbiage that I'm going to have pop up here in a second, if you're looking for it, you can find great verbiage. Go to the Heat Team boards, then, take a picture of this if you want, then go to the sharing business folder, then going to the folder that says what to say, and then you'll see business verbiage there. So it's all right there. So if you want, take a picture of this or rewatch it. All right, so here are some of the things that are on boards that you don't have to take a picture of. These are actually on boards, really easy to find. So something simple. Hey, I'm looking for friends that are like-minded that love to share. Would you be open to learning what and how I do what I do? And Heidi, you finished that sentence a little bit different earlier. What would you have said? Hey, I'm looking for friends that are like-minded and love to share. Do you remember what you said? Probably not. It was really good. I didn't catch it fast enough at that time, right? And it's not on YouTube. But anyway, take a part of any one of these sentences and saying, well, I like the beginning, I didn't like the end. Make this your own. This is the most important thing. This is a way to, this is a jump off spot. So then, hi, Nancy, you know how much I love the community I'm part of. So this is going to be somebody that I know, that Nancy knows that I love what I do. She already knows that. You know how much I love the community I'm part of. And Bill Sears is going to be speaking in town, or Bill Sears, that pediatric doctor that I told you about, is going to be on a Zoom Thursday night. And he is just so amazing. I would love for you to experience, this is the part I really like, the heart of this company and the community. In other words, you're not just going to see Bill Sears, you're going to feel the heart of this company and our community. Much more powerful than just saying you're going to hear Bill Sears. And, you happen to be somebody on my dream team. I'd love to spend more time together. Could we get to coffee before or after? Could we talk after the Zoom call? Could we meet for lunch tomorrow? The more you do connected belly to belly, voice to voice, the more powerful the conversation will be, and the more powerful, the more possibility you'll have in getting somebody to look at what we do. Yeah, Heidi?
I remembered. So I said, hey, I'm looking for friends like you that are like-minded and love to share recipes and other health tips. I'm curious if that's something that you love to do and would like to do more of. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, would you like to do more of? So getting specific. That's great. Getting more specific. That's really was the ticket there. And then this one, whoops. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Where did that go? There. When I find that somebody is ordering 600 or 700 points worth of something for their family, I never walk away from that and don't say anything about Partner Plus. I always bring up the Partner Plus. However, if somebody has no intention of ever sharing this with anybody, then the Partner Plus is not worth doing, because it's commission right out of your pocket. So I would ask, gee, you're ordering a lot of product. Do you think that you might be sharing what you're doing with any of your friends? Is that something that, are you the kind of person that loves to share when you do something new? And are you looking to perhaps create a secondary income? I mean, that's where I'm going to vet them a little bit. And if they say even yes, because now really is the time to do it. So you're ordering so much, it's obvious that you see value in Juice Plus like me. Tell me about somebody else besides Heidi. Tell me why that sentence, what's in that sentence that's really important? A couple words. It's obvious that you see value in Juice Plus like me. What psychologically is happening in that sentence? Anybody?
Next.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Barry.
This is funny.
Okay, Bunny, go for it.
Well, what I hear is the kind of subtle thing, like you're already a part of us. You're already like-minded with us. So this is my tribe kind of thing.
That's definitely one thing. Anybody notice anything else? Thank you, Bunny. That was great. One powerful word here. Value. You've repeated to them the value of Juice Plus. You've acknowledged them. What's that, Maria?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Did you want to say something, or was that just a bloop?
That was just a bloop, my dear. Sorry.
That's okay. But as soon as you said it's obvious that you see value, you've acknowledged them for being smart. You've reminded them that Juice Plus is valuable. And finally, you've wrapped it up with commonality. We both see value. We both are smart like me. I think that's really a subtle, powerful psychological sentence. And then I loved the idea of offsetting my costs and even paying for Juice Plus. Could we talk for a few minutes about what it might mean for you? It might not mean the same thing for them, but it might mean something else that they're ordering a lot of product. And I love the open-endedness of what it might mean for you. Okay. And then this last one, we've spoken before about the possibility of you partnering with me, and timing was always off in the past. Right now, we have an amazing incentive to get started that includes getting $100 worth of free product. Would you be open to hearing more? That sets them right up to hear about the Partner Plus, our $10 to join, and becoming a Partner Plus. That has it all right in there. So I'm going to stop and see if there's any questions. And yeah, Heidi. Whoop, you're on mute. Oops. She's gonna be off mute in a second.
Okay, I have a suggestion. So there's one thing that I do whenever I have a new customer that's ordering, I always offer them the possibility of becoming a partner. And
Mhm.
I always use the verbiage, I would be remiss if I didn't share this with you. And I don't want you down the line to come back and say to me, why didn't you share this with me? So
Absolutely.
I always share the business, and it's okay if they say no. I authentically just really want them to know that that's on the, that's available to them. And if they say no, it's cool.
Heidi, I mean, I have had the experience before of somebody becoming even a partner, super busy people, and their sponsor never told them about getting to Partner Plus or QSC because the person said, the new partner said to the older partner, I don't really want to know anything about the business. I just wanted to get Juice Plus for a better price because I'm ordering a lot of product. And so their sponsor thought that they were honoring them by not telling them. And I've come in and called that person and I've said, hey, just as a welcome, blah, 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 having a conversation and just asking, gee, I just want to make sure that you know about Partner Plus and our QSC and what that could mean for you. And the person says, no, I don't. And when I explain it to them, they have been angry that their sponsor never told them that if they had done something in 10 days, they could have $100 thank you. Or if they had done it in 30 days, they could have made $400. And their sponsor said, well, they said they didn't want to know anything. Well, that means they don't know what they don't know. How can they not want to know something that they don't know anything about, right? So I would be remiss if I didn't at least tell this to you. I love that. And it's not that you're shoving it down your throat, but this person was upset with their sponsor. And that would have been solved if she had said, I know you don't want to know this. I want to honor that. And I would be remiss if I didn't let you know a couple of the specials that we have, right? Be like, going into Nordstrom and somebody goes, I don't want to know anything. And there's a 50% off rack and nobody tells them anything because they would have liked to have known that. So just some thoughts there. Let's see, we're wrapping it up now. So again, some of the solutions, I love what I'm doing and it's allowing me to. This again are things that you can weave in to when you're talking to them. It's created time flexibility for me. I can work from anywhere. It has a proven business model. I get to be my own boss. This can be really important to somebody. And I provide consumable products, which are really simple solutions. Now, you may not say it quite like that. I provide consumable products. For me, it would be, I provide easy ways to eat healthy and it's really simple and it's really super cost effective. That would be kind of what I would say for that sentence. But take these in, jot some notes down for the way that you would say them, maybe keep them on an index card in front of you. So when you're on the phone, you can glance down and see which one would be most appropriate for that conversation. And next steps. So once you've had a conversation about what their needs are, what they're looking to do, what's important to them, what do they want in their life, why do they want it, then it's, if you're open, I would love to share more. And the kinds of things that you're going to share is a business video, a brochure, get them on a live event, get them on an exploration call with a sideline buddy, with your upline NMDO. That's a good one. I'm an NMDO. I'm a do. And do a three-way connection call with somebody to make that next step move forward. And every single call, there should be an action step. So sometimes the action step would be you finish talking to them and you get to say to them, so where would you like to go from here? What would you like to see from here? Let them also feel that they're in control. And then if they say, well, I don't know, and then you get to ask them. So what if you said, what would you like to see from here? And they said, I don't know. What are some questions that you could ask them that might move the conversation forward? Anybody?
Do you need more information?
Okay, so where would you like to go from there? And they go, I don't know. And then you could say, well, do you need more information? And they'd say, well, maybe. Then what would you say, Leslie?
I'd ask them, what area that they're kind of questioning or would like, do they need more information on the products? Are they not understanding the business? How can I help them?
Yeah, you really want to get specific. What's the scoop? Yeah, Heidi?
how do you like to learn? Do you like to watch, read, or listen?
That's another great question. So you know the media that you're going to send them, and is it long or short? But finding out the needs of people, even with something like this, what happens to the person when you're doing that?
It includes them in the conversation, so they feel like they're a part and they have a choice.
Yeah, and what else? That was great. They're included. Anything else that you can think of, Leslie?
You learn more about them and their needs, so it's about them, not about you.
Exactly. So if it's more about them than you, they probably are feeling seen and heard. And that's what people really want, right? People really want to be seen and heard. So any questions here about next steps? Anything anybody here does differently that's working for you? And then finally, this one's really great. Never let the fear of striking out get in your way. I think they say, you know, the baseball players strike out. I wish I had the actual numbers, some ungodly number, you know, like they strike, they hit a ball once out of every 4 or 5 times, and that's a big deal. I think it's 3 times out of 10. That gives them a batting average of 300. Barry, if you know the answer to that, or Bunny, somebody who's a baseball person, I know it's something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what it is. Like if you're batting 300, you're like doing great. That's 30%.
30%, it's crazy, but if you don't strike at something, if you don't ask, nothing is going to happen. So misses and hits are both part of life. You can't get hits if you don't swing the bat. And that's John Maxwell. So I'm going to stop my share right now and just see if anybody has any questions, comments, or thoughts. And I'm going to remind you, now is the time. From now through end of August, this is a great recruiting season. Yeah, Heidi.
I just have a thought about following up with once you've sent the information, and that is to ask, this is what something that's been really working successfully with product and business is scheduling the follow-up. And then when you're doing the follow-up, asking them, have they had the chance or opportunity to watch or listen or whatever, read whatever information that you've given them? And if they say yes, I ask these 3 things. Are they, would they like more information? Do they have any questions, or are they ready to get started?
Yeah.
And if you don't give them the options, they just don't know what to say. And so by giving them those clear options, A, B, or C, they then feel like they know, you know, they've got those options. And if they come up with their own, even better.
Right. And I'm going to have you repeat those 3, but I'm going to add one thing to it. When somebody's watched the video, the first question I like to ask is, what did you like best? Not what did you think of it, but what did you like best? Tell me most about that. Did it make sense to you? And what were your 3, Heidi? Can you repeat them?
Do you have any questions? Would you like any more information, or are you ready to get started?
That last one, are you ready to get started? If you don't ask them that, it's all over. That's the key. And some of my things are, would you like to get started? Would you like to experience that? My last one that I got on the quad, as I said, well, are you ready to experience this for 4 months? Like she kept delaying it and delaying it. And I said, well, I think it was like, would you like to experience this for 4 months and see if it's going to make a difference for you? And she said, yeah, I guess I do want that. So that was mine. If it were about the business, I think the final thing would be some of the things that Heidi said is, do you have any more questions? Do you feel confident and ready to share this with others? Do you feel confident and ready to align your time with my company's time and see where this might take you? So there's a couple different questions you can ask specifically about the business, but it's, are you ready? Let's get going. What does this look like for you? Right. All right. Any other questions? Good to see you, by the way, Randy.
Always a wealth of knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love it. And I love the value part. I knew that, but I love that you brought it home again and put it at top of mind. That's great. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's been really helpful.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a
Thank you
great,
very much.
yeah.
This was like incredible, and I love seeing all your beautiful faces.
Oh, that's
Look for you, Barry.
Yeah. And Randy, you know, the beauty of that is that's one of the lines, one of the sentences in the scripts above is what, you know, our community, our heart of our community. We get to be in the heart of the community when we do these calls. So everybody have a great night. Love you.
Thank you, Nikki.
You
This
too.
is great.
Good to see you.
Night all.